Tourism to, tourism to. We welcome you to tourism to. Hey, everybody!
I didn't hit anything.
That's good, because we're in this wide open space for a special edition of Tourism 2. I'm Melissa.
And I'm Mary Tom.
And we are coming to you today from the parking lot in front of the Flooring Center where the Starview Drive-In Theater used to be.
This is where the cars were parked.
Yes.
The screen was over there somewhere.
And this is where a lot of Hot Slaw was eaten.
Yes.
Because everybody mentions the Starview Drive-In. So we wanted to talk to you a little bit about our festival. It's brand new, coming up April 9th. And it is a partnership between Visit Cleveland of the Chamber of Commerce, Mainstreet Cleveland, City of Cleveland, and Artists Here Partnership. It's an arts festival that we're focusing on our local arts community, but we're putting a little Hot Slaw on top of it.
Food and Arts Festival.
Yes, so it's called Hot Slaw and Art, y'all. So if you want to know more about it, right off the bat, we're going to give you the website. It's hotslawfestival.com. April the 9th, it's noon to 9, and we're going to have probably 10 bands playing. We've got over 60 artists who are going to have booths there.
We've got the bands are on the courthouse stage and also in front of the
police station
and at the First Street Square.
Yes, so we're going to have 3 stages. The First Street Square stage is going to be Lee University artists, and then also the police stage is going to be different bands, and then the courthouse stage is going to be different. So it's going to be a lot going on.
And then there's artists that are going to be walking around playing guitars and singing.
Yeah,
and
you might have a dance mob break out, or there's a guitarist that's roaming around and playing guitar and singing. So it's all about the arts. Yeah. But then we're going to throw on some Hot Slaw and we're having an amateur Hot Slaw off. And that's where 10 contestants are competing with their Hot Slaw recipe. We've got illustrious judges who are going to be judging this, and that will be at 2 o'clock, right in front of the courthouse or in that intersection. And then down First Street is beside Mash and Hops. Mash and Hops is the host for the eating contest. So we're going to have 10 contestants, up to 10 contestants, who are going to see how many slaw dogs they can eat in 10 minutes. Yes. If you get sick, you're disqualified.
And the Pro Slaw off.
Yes, the Pro Slaw off.
The food vendors are invited to the Pro Slaw off.
Yes, so if you're a food vendor or a restaurant within the festival area, you can bring your Hot Slaw to the Slaw Off station and get it judged for bragging rights and a big old sweet trophy. So we've got a ton going on. The City of Cleveland's going to be doing lawn games, all kinds of fun, colorful lawn games. We've got a chalk artist that's coming to First Street Square to draw, and then she's also going to let kids draw all around her. Then we're topping the whole evening off with a tribute to the Starview Drive-In. We're going to show a movie. The city owns a big inflatable movie screen, and we're going to show a family-oriented movie that night.
That'll be on First Street Square.
Yes, so at probably, I think sunset's at 8:05 on April the 9th, and so about 8:30 we'll be starting the movie. So I say noon to 9, it's noon to 9-ish, maybe 10. But it's going to be such a fun day. So many vendors, so much food, so much art. And so what we want to do now is we want to talk to some folks around town about Hot Slaw, because we really, if you go outside of Cleveland, you're kind of hard pressed to find somebody who knows what you're talking about. Our friend Dwight went to Missouri to a family reunion, and he wanted some Hot Slaw on his hot dog. And nobody in his family knew what he was talking about. They wanted to know if he needed his coleslaw microwaved. So,
and we had some journalists come in from out of town, and they had no idea what it was.
We had 14 culinary journalists. 2 of them were from California and Canada, so they're excused. But the other ones were from Mississippi, Alabama, Louisiana, all over the South, Georgia. Nobody, not one of those 14 journalists knew what Hot Slaw was.
We had no idea that this was the only place you can get Hot Slaw.
Yeah, that's when I kind of started thinking, okay, maybe we might have invented Hot Slaw, but we've heard some stories about this Starview was definitely the Hot Slaw hub of yesteryear. I mean, that's that was where everybody kind of comes back to.
And then I found an article in Garden and Gun magazine talking about Cleveland being the home of Hot Slaw.
Yeah,
and
so that was probably a 2019 article. So if you want to search that, it was in Garden and Gun magazine. So all kinds of reasons to know that this is not a common thing. This is an uncommon condiment that might be a little more unique to Cleveland, because we probably got 10 or 12 restaurants who have it on their menu regularly, and we grew up just thinking that's everybody knew what Hot Slaw was.
We are claiming it. We're
All
the
right.
home of the Hot Slaw.
Home of the Hot Slaw. So let's go see what some other folks have to say about it. All right, we are here with Eddie Cartwright, who is a former county executive of Bradley County, local celebrity. Eddie Cartwright, you've got some stories about the Starview Drive-In, and we are actually where the drive-in used to be.
That's
Tell
correct.
us where the screen was, Eddie.
Screen was down in this area here, and there were half-moon ramps that you parked at.
So we're standing right where
We're
the cars
standing
were
right
parked.
where the cars used to be parked. Right.
So, anything significant ever happened at
Well,
the Starview Drive-In?
someone asked me one time, said, "You ever go to Starview Drive-In Theater?" And I said, "I sure did." I said, "It was a legal place to park with your girlfriend, and I made a lifetime contract. I asked my wife, Miltine Hornsby, to marry me at the Starview Drive-In Theater, and that was 65 years ago."
Oh my
that's
goodness,
great.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome, and we love Miltine too. So
Well,
it's
we had
great.
it was a neat place for high school kids to come and others, but and you had to get here early to get on the back row. You know, I don't know what the significance of that is, but
Now we have heard tell of some very special Hot Slaw at the Drive-In Theater. So tell us your Hot Slaw story.
well, I talked to Cletus Benton. Cletus brought the recipe supposedly, and I'm recalling this from memory, and it could be off a little bit, but he said he was in Memphis on business with the Holiday Inn people, and he went out to eat, and a friend of his at this well-known restaurant there came around and said, "Hey, I got something I want you to try." And he said it was a little dish of slaw, and he said, I tasted it and said it was wonderful. And he said, "Hey," and I don't remember whether he told me he bought the recipe or the guy gave him the recipe, but one or the other, and he brought it back to Cleveland, went to Hoyt Fair and Pinot Odom. They worked in the concession stand here at the Starview.
Pinot keeps coming up.
Yeah.
in all the
Well,
conversation.
he's the one I got the recipe from.
Okay.
He was not too long before he passed away. I said, "Pinot, I'd like to have that recipe." He said, "Well," he said, "I don't give it out much," but he said it's basic stuff, except there's about 2 or 3 special things you do. He told me the brand of peppers to use.
Okay.
He told me the kind of a blade to put in your process to cut the cabbage. If you ever had the real slaw, it's really thin. It's not cut in big chunks.
Yeah.
And so I got the recipe, and from time to time I have it at my house. I don't give the recipe away to anybody, and I certainly don't sell the slaw, but I do like it.
Well, now who makes it? You or Miltine?
I do.
Okay. All right.
So you still use the same peppers and
Same brand of peppers and the same blade, and there's another little catch to it. You don't just use the peppers, you use the juice that's in the container that the peppers come in.
See, my sister makes it, and she does that too, and there's a certain pepper she uses too.
That's true.
Which will remain nameless.
Right, I'm not going to give all the secrets away.
Well, now, have you ever been anywhere out of town and you wanted some Hot Slaw on your hot dog or on your barbecue, and they didn't know what you were talking about?
I have.
Okay.
But the Couch's Barbecue on the way to Chattanooga has good hot slaw. Now, it's a coarse slaw, but it's also good slaw, and it's hot.
There's probably about 10 restaurants here in town that have it on their menu regularly, and you know, growing up here, we just thought that everybody knew what it was, but
Right.
apparently We were wrong.
Well, my compliments to the chamber for having the Hot Slaw Festival. That's a neat idea. It's different, it's unusual, and you know, evidently there's a lot of interest in it.
You never know what these brains are going to think of next. Well, thank you so much for coming out and seeing us and showing us where the Star View used to be. And
Lots
and
of hot slaw was eaten in this
You're
park.
That's right here.
And probably a lot of lifetime contracts were made right
This is
here.
true. This is true. Well, thanks, Eddie, and we'll see you at the Hot Slaw Festival.
Thank you.
Well, here we are at Big Tom's Backyard Bar and Grill, and we're going to find out what's going on here with their hot slaw, because they've got hot slaw on the menu, and there's a long history of hot slaw in this family. We got Tom, Sabrina, and Sabrina's mama Nana, and so tell us about it. Tell us about your hot slaw.
I'll tell you about Nana. All my life we've had hot slaw at our home, and it's just something, and she got the recipe, you know, from way back then, so I'll let her explain it.
There was a drive-in theater called Starview we used to go to all the time, and my husband knew the man that made the hot slaw, and he gave him the recipe to the hot slaw. And
What was his name?
Pino.
Pino Odom. We've heard of Pino Odom. So.
And it's just been passed down. The recipe we use, I don't make mine exactly like that recipe, but Pino was the one that made it, and my husband, I know, got it from one of them, but we've always made hot slaw. Hot slaw's been a big hit in Cleveland, Tennessee, so especially my son-in-law's ate it since he's been in the family.
In a bowl with nothing but
Yes.
a spoon,
Oh,
and
yeah.
a bowl of hot slaw.
We like to dip potato chips.
That's what I said. We do chips. We make everything with hot slaw.
I used to eat hot slaw sandwiches back when I was a kid, even before I ever met my wife, my mother-in-law.
So that was what I was going to ask.
Yeah.
So before you got into this family, you knew what hot slaw was at 8.
So my mama, Edna Anderson, my dad, Lamar, my mama actually introduced my mom and dad. My mama worked at Red Food Store back in the early 70s and introduced my mom and dad to each other. My mama made hot slaw at Red Food Store. And so she worked in the deli, and so yeah, I've been eating hot slaw since I was come out of the womb. But I used to get home from school, honest to God, put hot slaw on 2 pieces of white bread and ketchup and eat a hot slaw sandwich.
And ketchup.
Yeah.
He puts ketchup on everything. Well, now he makes a homemade barbecue sauce, which he had never even made me an egg, and he comes in here doing all this stuff. I have no clue, but he eats barbecue sauce mostly and everything.
Oh my goodness.
So you got the original Starview, but you switched it up just a little bit. And so how long have you been making it, and you still make it here at Big
Oh,
Tom's,
I've
right?
made hot slaw. Well, after I got married, I was 16 when I got married, and not long after that, I
So
started
she's
making hot
how old now?
I'm old.
Let's put it this way, she's been making it for 51 years. If
Nice.
that tells you how old she is.
So when you guys were on the restaurant show, what was it called?
Restaurant Impossible.
Restaurant Impossible, and Robert, the guy,
Yes,
the
he let mom. Yes, and Nana, he's awesome. But you know, he's got this. Well, he'd come in and he's like, why is this? He had no clue what hot sauce.
that's what I was going to get at. Is
And
that
me and him didn't hit it off
At first.
because he says
Because the coleslaw, she's always done even my coleslaw chocolate like I'm weird about Texas. And you know, they like those big cabbages this long in the slaw and stuff.
And so he didn't even know what hot slaw was, because that's what we're finding is that people who are from somewhere other than here think you're supposed to microwave coleslaw.
You order it in a
Yeah,
restaurant, they bring it
you
out
go
to
up the
your
road
door.
to Athens and they don't know what hot slaw is. It's just like going across the Tennessee-Kentucky line. They don't know what grits are up there. So
But yeah, hot slaw's been in our family forever. And Mom used to make it by the gallons for places. Like my kids played sports, I played sports, and that was something that the coaches expected. Nana was going to make us a gallon of hot slaw for our fundraising thing. And when we bought Big Tons, I said, "Now, Mom, we got dibs on that now. You can't. That's patented. We can't be giving that stuff out."
Now it's a favorite here.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
And coleslaw. Our coleslaw's big hit. Many people do her baked beans. She makes the best homemade baked beans. It's got big chunks of pork in it. And you want a whole bowl of hot slaw
Mix it.
to mix with the beans.
Sounds good.
So
to me.
that's what they'll do. Yeah.
So now y'all are going to be vendors at the Hot Slaw Festival, right? You're going to have hot slaw,
Yes.
plenty of it.
Well, we hope Nana's going to be busy that week.
I know how to make it this way.
Yeah, my little girl will be here.
Well, we are looking forward to having y'all at the festival, and thank you for sharing your hot slaw story with us. We
You
love it.
Thank you.
also be in a professional hot slaw.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes, the pro slaw off.
All about
That's all you.
Nana's a pro.
No,
That's
I'm
for-
telling you, don't
that's-
put high hopes. I'm a fixin'.
Yeah, you could. Next time you come into Big Tom's after the festival, you could see a big trophy here if they.
And
if
it
that's-
will be if we
That's what you get, Mom. If you win, you get the trophy.
We are. We're gonna put it out.
Well, y'all are always so much fun to talk to and visit with. So thank y'all for having us.
Well, thank you for coming.
Well, we are here at the lovely home of Miss Linda Watson. And so Linda is famous because all you hometown Cleveland folks would know and have shopped at Watson's Tip Top Food Town. I went there with my grandmama a lot. And
it's no longer there, right?
right.
Where was it located?
It's where CVS is at Ocoee and 25th Street. And Miss Linda used to make the pimento cheese, which is famous in these parts, and chicken salad, which is famous in these parts. And then also what we want to talk to you about is hot slaw. So tell us about your hot slaw.
Well, the recipe, my husband showed me how to do it. Came from my husband, but he had 3 other brothers, and they all laid claim to the fact that that was their recipe.
Okay.
Okay.
But they let you make it.
Oh yes, they let me.
Now, did you all sell a lot of that?
Oh honey, we cooked 50 pounds of boneless, skinless chicken breast every day, and we made hot slaw and coleslaw every other day.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
And so now a lot of people say that they remember the hot slaw at the Starview restaurant,
Yes.
the Starview Drive-In.
Yes.
But I've heard a lot of people say that Linda Watson's hot slaw was the best.
Well,
Have
that's
you heard
kind.
that?
That's very kind. But anyway, it was good hot slaw too, because we went to the Starview Drive-In when we were dating. Yeah.
Well, now, have you ever been anywhere where you wanted to order hot slaw and they didn't know what you were talking about? Can you remember an instance like that?
Well, mainly it's a very southern thing, and most of the southern states do have hot slaw, but not. If you go up north or out west, they don't know what hot slaw is.
It's not like Cleveland. If you get out of Cleveland, it's hard to find.
Yeah.
It is. We have a friend that's from Roane County, Tennessee, and he didn't know what it was till he moved down here. Now he loves it. But I love that you said it's a very southern thing, because Mary Tom and I are very proud to be Southerners.
Well, so am I.
Yes.
Tara is too.
Yes, and Linda's Linda's daughter, Tara Brown, is a very good friend of ours, and so she helped us set up this time with Linda, and we're so excited that you were able to visit with us. Now, have you got any secret ingredients of your hot slaw that you want to reveal?
Oh, it's just a basic 5 ingredients. That's all it is. Cabbage, pickled jalapenos, and salt, pepper, and mayonnaise and mustard.
Okay.
That's all it is.
So just the simple. Do you grate yours up fine or a little bit coarse?
A little bit coarse, because we had a big machine that would grate 50 pounds of cabbage for us every time
So
we
that's
made
what you would start out with, 50
Yes.
pounds of cabbage.
Wow.
it. Shredded.
Yeah, yeah.
And it seems like everybody we talk to is a little bit different, a little bit way of making it, but there's an art to it.
Oh, it's awesome.
Oh, it has to be assembled in the same order that the recipe says.
Okay.
It makes all the difference. The same with the pimento cheese and the chicken salad. If it's not assembled the way that you do it initially, it never tastes the same.
Well, now, do you still make it for folks?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We might have to
Staying
get in
for
on that.
Well, since y'all have been so kind to interview me, I might make you some.
That sounds great. Well, thank you so much for letting us come and talk to you.
It's my pleasure.
Okay, it's our pleasure too.
Lovely. I knew who you were all your life, but I have not met these two, so I'm happy to see everyone, and thank you.
We're happy to see you too, Linda.
you.
All right, let's go to the next visit. Well, we have the great opportunity to talk with Laney Callaway, and we're here at Food Line where they sell her Hot Slaw, and it's Fuzz's Hot Slaw. So tell us, Laney, where does Fuzz's Hot Slaw come from?
Okay, Fuzz, it was my daddy. That was his nickname. And so he used to make hot slaw for his friends. And he just put them in mason jars and just deliver it to people and everything. So my friend Priscilla, who is my business partner with this, said, you know, I think we should sell that stuff. And I said, okay. So we talked about it, never did anything. And I woke up one morning, called her on the phone. I said, we're doing it today. She said, today? And I said, today. And she said, okay.
So did he come up with his own recipe, or did he get it from somewhere?
This is my grandmother's, and this is based on the Starview drive-in recipe that everybody, and we found going outside Knoxville places, delivering other places, that people really don't know what this stuff is outside of Bradley County.
No.
It is a Bradley
That's
County.
what we have found too.
And you can see we are Cleveland, Tennessee.
Yeah.
Yes,
This is
and
the
so
place.
now, did your daddy have that? I mean, did your mama have that recipe, or did she tweak it, or did he tweak it? Or?
She got it from a friend of hers, and he called her up and said, hey, give me that recipe because I'm going to start making some hot slaw. And she said, okay, come over and get it. And he did, and every time he'd make it, everybody'd say, Buzz, I need some hot slaw. Have you got some hot slaw?
Now, where do y'all produce this?
Our kitchen is on Stewart Road, and we have a commercial kitchen. So Priscilla and I make it, and then Debbie Johnson, one of our friends, she has started helping us make it.
So
it's
you
the
make it here
three
in
of-
Cleveland, and you
Here in
make it
Cleveland.
yourself.
Mhm.
Here in
And where all can you get it?
You can get it here in Cleveland. You can get it here at Food Line, Harry's on North Ocoee Street.
Okay.
Then we also have the liquor store, Riverstone. They
Okay.
carry it there too.
Okay.
Now, you're going to be a vendor at the Hot Slaw Festival.
We will be there.
April 9th, and so we're having an amateur slaw off, but we're also having a pro slaw off. So you're going to bring yours down to have it judged at the pro slaw
Okay.
off, right?
Okay.
Good,
We'll
good.
be there.
All right, well, we're excited about it.
Thank you so much.
Oh, we're so
doing this.
excited. And actually, you know, we've mentioned, Mary Tom and I have mentioned in this, when we've been this week interviewing people, we've mentioned the Garden and Gun article that also, that kind of helped spark, you know, I had like these culinary journalists in, none of them knew what hot slaw was. And I grew up here like you, and I just thought everybody knew
We
what
did
it was.
too.
So then Mary Tom had found that Garden and Gun article, and Buzz's is
Buzz's in it,
featured
yeah.
in Garden and Gun
And they
with the
pretty much
picture.
said, you know, it was invented here in Cleveland.
It is.
Yeah.
And my cousin Libby Callaway, who also is a journalist, and this is her friend who's a freelance writer, and she said, I'm going to get an article with that. She was writing for Garden and Gun, and so she called us because we never could get together, so she called us. We did the interview, and then we sent in the photos and everything. We were like, we made it. Fuzz is there. We were on it. We were like, oh,
That
my
was
God.
awesome.
That was
Yes.
great.
We
So,
were
yeah.
very excited when we saw that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
well, we're looking forward to having you at the festival, Laney. And thank you so much for coming out and talking to us.
This is perfect. Thank y'all.
Okay, great. Get your Buzz's Hot Slaw.
Please do.
Well, we have a special treat for this segment, and we're here with Pat King, who forever and a day ran King's Barbecue in Charleston, was a Charleston institution for about, 18 years, but you're a Charleston institution because you used to be in the cafeteria at Charleston School, and all the kids loved her. And
what year did you say you opened the restaurant?
91.
91.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, this is a big treat because Pat's going to show us how she makes hot slaw.
We're learning how to make it.
But I'm going to put a disclaimer out there because Pat's a contestant in the slaw off. So we're not going to be giving away all these secrets before this competition. So you can't be, we're not going to be giving the exact recipe, but right. Pat, tell us about how you developed your recipe and kind of where you got it.
Well, I had started just making it for Georgia's and the JC's, and they'd have a concession stand. And they'd say, "You're going to make hot slaw next time?" And I'd say, "Oh, I guess. Was it okay?" But I got to tasting it. I said, it's not just like, I tell you where, ballpark, they would have it. I thought it was so good. It's not quite like they make at the ballpark. There's something not right. Well, I was using jalapeno peppers, and it was leaving kind of like a bitter, And so I changed peppers. 2 or 3 times I've changed peppers. But this right here, you can only find them in Cook's Food Store. I couldn't find them at Walmart. Mazetta. But
which is a good plug for our sponsor. We have our sponsor, our big sponsor, big batch sponsor is Cook's Food Store.
Yeah. They're the only ones that have it.
Everybody has their own peppers.
Yeah, that's everybody we've talked to. We've had so far we've got like 4 different brands.
Yeah.
Have you had anybody to use?
Not yet.
Not yet.
No.
Well, I will not. Now Richie will tell you, I will not make it if I don't have my peppers. And then I got to making it. Let's see. Seemed like it was for the Shriners. They had something, and I got to making it for them. I got to making coleslaw and hot slaw.
My daddy was a Shriner.
Was he?
Yeah,
well,
so I'm sure he had some of it.
In Charleston, and they called me, "Can you do the slaw this time?" And I guess so, and I'd make the slaw. And then I went to work at the school, Charleston School, and my friend worked there, and she said, "Are you going to make this slaw?" And I said, "Yeah, I'll try." Well, they had this huge, wasn't nothing like this little old chopper, and I had to figure it out how to make it, how to use that thing.
Make a big
batch of slaw, And so I made it, and the teachers all they call it the yellow slaw. And a lot of people don't know what hot slaw is.
Right, well, I was going to ask you, so have you been places where people don't know what hot slaw is?
No, they'll say, "What do you mean? You want us to warm it?" And then, like I said, I had that girl from Texas, Richie, that little Stevens girl. And she said, "They look at you like you're crazy."
Yeah, when you get out of Cleveland.
And did you ever send her that
recipe? What it is.
I did, but I've sent a lot of people recipes.
We've got Richie King, her son, off to the side.
You're talking off camera. I'm supposed to be in the background.
You're in the background.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
But anyway, a lot of people had never heard of it, and they'd come to the store and they'd order a barbecue. We say, "Do you want hot slaw or you want coleslaw?" Hot slaw, what is that? A lot of the workers, that come in, and some of them want it as hot as you could get it, and some of them don't get it
when
too
they
hot.
want to know what it is, that's when you say, you ain't from around here, are you?
That's what I knew exactly.
When you go out of town, a lot of people think you got coleslaw and heat it up.
That's what they thought. They thought I was crazy.
That's so funny.
But
well, we're going to let you do your thing, and we want to wish you the very best of luck in the hot slaw off. I'm glad I'm not a judge because I love hot slaw and I'd never be able to decide. So
we've been eating a lot of it lately.
Okay.
A lot of people put it on burgers,
we put it on everything. I put it on chicken fingers and potato chips.
Potato chips,
burgers and hot dogs. It's good for everything.
I've got to figure out. I never measured anything, and I've got to kind of figure out how much.
Yeah.
I've got little of this and a little of
that. That's right. That's what you write down on your recipe. All right, we're going to get out your way and let you do your thing.
Well, so legend has it that when she's making hot slaw, used to it was my dad, or the kids or whoever, but the madder she is at somebody, the hotter the slaw.
And even the customers got saying, I bet she's mad at George this time. Absolutely. And I'd say, yep.
I said, are y'all not open? Because
Oh, they'd call me, we're out of hot slaw, and I'd have to go back.
it's got onions in it. I don't know. We're gonna taste it on our potato chips too. You know you're at home, at friend's home when you're just digging into potato chips and stuff.
I want to got some hot dogs.
I wish we could.
Well, that's why I was going to stay. Yeah, we're going to hot dogs.
Wes is like, you're kidding.
6 o'clock.
It's got
Okay.
peppers.
Wes is probably like,
It's kind of right, and I believe it's got enough peppers.
my
After
gosh,
you-
that's so
And
good.
after you get it down, you can feel the
Yours is definitely different.
It is different. Everybody says
good.
that. And they say, what do you do different? I've tried
Oh
it.
my
They'll say, I've
gosh.
tried.
She'll do better the day
I
up,
like
I'm
it for
sure.
a dip. Me and Brandy eat that.
too.
And chili. Get you
We
some
do
chili.
that all the time.
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty hot. I'd hate to
I
have
believe
it.
it. I believe it's enough. I think it's hot enough.
I'd hate to have it.
I think
if
it's
you were
And the
mad.
longer you let it sit.
We're glad you're not mad at us.
Oh, I'm not mad at you. But you know, the longer it sits, and the hotter it'll get too.
Oh yeah.
If you let it sit.
Woo.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got a little.
Is that
Oh my
good enough?
gosh, that's so good.
I think it's better on a hot dog.
We have talked to several people. Rob, this is Rob McGowan, owner of Mash and Hops. Rob has a connection with Hot Slaw, so tell us about your connection. Your dad?
Yeah, my
Okay.
dad used to have a restaurant. We used to serve hot slaw with barbecue on south end of Cleveland.
And it was called?
Sugar and Spice.
Heard about it my whole life.
When was this?
Oh, it was 50s, 60s, and early 70s.
Okay.
So, and I remember him making the hot slaw in the back all the time. We had this big, to me, when being a kid, it looked like a huge bathtub. And they used to mix that they used to mix hot slaw in that bath. But I'm sure you know, it's stainless steel tub that they used to, and I am walking back and forth in the kitchen and watching them do it and making it, and it's just amazing.
That's a lot of hot slaw.
It was a lot of hot slaw.
And
They
so-
used to sell a lot of hot slaw out of Sugar and
And
Spice.
so, do you know, like, where your dad got that recipe, or where that
I
came from?
have no idea how he got that recipe. You know, it could have been my grandmother.
Yeah.
I don't know where he got it. I know that, you know, Starview had the hot slaw, and it could be a mix of the Starview, Sugar and Spice, and another,
Kind of cool.
you know, where that hot slaw came from.
So now, have you ever been anywhere where you wanted to order hot slaw and they didn't know what you were talking about?
Oh yeah. Bradley County is about the only place I know that's got hot slaw.
Okay, so Mash and Hops, Rob has agreed to be the host of the
Hot
Slaw
slaw.
Dog Eating Contest. Hot Slaw Dog Eating Contest. So, you
Yeah,
ready for this?
Well, we'll see.
Okay, so if you want to be in the Hot Slaw Eating Contest, you can get an application here, just a registration sheet here at Mash and Hops, or you can get it at the Chamber of Commerce, and you can, and it's just like $10 to enter. You get $100 as a prize,
Or it's
and
on the
a,
website.
and a big old trophy.
We
Yes,
found it
it's on the website.
HotSlawFestival.com website.
Yeah.
You can get the form on there.
It's going to be a ton of fun because guess what? This festival, you are right in the smack dab center of it.
It should be fun.
It's going to be a fun day.
We're
Boy, somebody
taking-
wants
Won't
you
you
back.
bad? Won't be bad.
Taking the first 10 people to sign up for the eating contest, so hurry and sign up.
And
before
listen,
it's
there's a
full.
big old trophy involved, so you're going to want to do this. So yeah, just contact us. Go to the website, hotslawfestival.com. And, you know, Mashing Hots is going to be right in the center of this thing.
Yeah, it should be fun. It should be a lot of fun that
It
day.
is going to be fun. All right. Well, thanks for talking to us, Rob.
All right,
We appreciate
thank
it.
you.
Go answer that phone. Well, we have had a lot of fun this
all week long.
Yeah, we've been talking to different people about Hot Slaw and their recipes and their people, their kinfolk.
All
and
have their own story and their own ingredients and their own special brands they put in it.
their own type of pepper that they put in, their secret ingredients.
Yes.
Yes, we are very schooled now on making hot
And
slaw.
we even got to make it this week,
Yeah.
so I'm excited.
That was so
it was
fun.
It was very good hot slaw.
Yes,
too.
we had a great time. So that's just a sample of how much fun you can have with Hot Slaw. So April the 9th, we're having this big festival. It starts in the front of the courthouse, goes all the way down First Street to First Street Square. There are going to be, there's over 20 musical acts that
In
are going to be
different
at this
places.
festival.
Yeah.
Yes, different places. We've got 4 different stages. We've got people who are going to be roaming around. So we want to highlight the arts. So having 20 musicians is a pretty great way to do that.
And we have all that information on the website, all the music groups and where they're going to be and what time and all that's on the website.
We also have, right now, to date, 63 artists who will have booths all along that festival route. We have about 10 food vendors. But, you know, it's just going to be such a cool day because it's an arts festival. It's got this fun thing about Hot Slaw. But these artists, y'all, they make our lives better. And we've got over 60 people here to show their wares and show their talents.
And it's all handmade, arts and crafts and paintings and jewelry and
stained glass. We have a couple of authors. I mean, it's going to be awesome.
storytelling.
Yes. So
And then kids' activities too in the First Street Square.
yes, lawn games. There's a chalk artist.
Yes.
She's going to draw a wonderful masterpiece on the sidewalk, and then also let kids draw all around it. So
And
there's
a
just
little
going to be
train.
a
and
ton to do.
Little fuzzy animals.
Yeah, fuzzy animals that you
Right
ride. Just check it out. All right, April 9th, we'll see you. There's also going to be a movie that at the end of the festival, there's going to be a family movie that will end the whole thing as a tribute to the Starview Drive-In, as you've heard lots about. And so we will see you there. And
April 9th. And get all the information on the website, hotslawfestival.com.
Yep. And this is all we have for Tourism 2. This is a big one.
Yeah.
A special episode. And so we'll see you next time on
Tourism 2.